Greetings dear friends, old and new, Dragon here once again, back with another upcoming Blu-ray releases video. There is an enormous amount lined up for 2022, more even than we saw last year, which is saying something because 2021 was pretty loaded. Reason I've left this until now is because we're just on the eve of Chinese New Year. The Year of the Tiger is ahead of us, and so it seemed like a good time to kind of get into all the releases moving on from February. January was pretty quiet. We just saw Eureka bringing out The Prodigal Son and Warriors 2 double. Third Window Films brought out Eureka the Goblin, and Cine Asia brought out their steelbook release of Raging Fire. So all of those came out in January, but February is pretty loaded, and then the rest of the year even more so. Over Christmas time, we saw both Arrow and 88 Films putting out quite cryptic little teasers, handwritten notes that kind of contained abbreviated lists of all their releases lined up for the year. Some of them with kind of month releases, a lot of them still to be confirmed, but it did kind of get an awful lot of people chatting about some stuff that we didn't know that was happening, some stuff that had been rumoured about, so we will get into all that as we go through it. But if you didn't see the two lists that they put out, I'm putting these up as I'm talking here, the one from 88 Films and the one from Arrow, and certainly I'm going to be referencing back to these quite a little bit as we move through the year. This isn't going to be the whole year, and I'm sure this is going to change. This is just what I know as of just now. It's getting harder than ever to determine what to pick up and what not to. I certainly can't afford to buy every single thing that's coming out. I'm not too sure of anybody who can. So it's becoming harder and harder to kind of really decide which to go for and which to leave by the wayside. So these are kind of pretty much all the ones that are on my radar. So without any further ado, let us get into it. So February the 1st will bring in the Year of the Tiger starting. Gung Hoi Fat Choi to all my Chinese friends. We will see on the 7th of February, 88 Films giving us two absolutely fantastic Shaw Brothers titles, Legendary Weapons of China, directed by Lau Ga-long, and Flag of Iron, starring the Venom Mob, directed by Chang Che. Both of these due on February the 7th, but I think, judging by my social media feeds, a lot of my American friends already have these in hand, so I suspect most of us in the UK should hopefully be getting these over the next week if we pre-ordered. I certainly hope so. Both are absolutely fantastic. Both have got great covers by Kung Fu Bob. Cannot wait to get my hands on those two. Legendary Weapons of China in particular is really a personal favourite. A little bit later in the month, on the 21st of February, Eureka are giving us Skinny Tiger, Fatty Dragon, the Sammo Hung Karl Maka comedy action thing, which is not maybe one of my favourite Sammo movies, but well worth a mention because there's a second disc which is only available for the first, I think, 2,000 copies, that has a documentary on Mark Houghton, who sometimes gets referred to as the White Tiger. He was a student of Lau Ka-long, and I'm sure anyone who's a Lau Ka-long fan will want to check that out. I think it looks like a pretty good treat. So that comes on a whole second disc, but you only get if you're one of the first 2,000 to get that title. Same day, from Third Window Films, we get Crazy Thunder Road, which I know very little about, but I know quite a few of you are huge Third Window fans, so let me know if that's one that I should be picking up. Then jumping back to 88 Films for another deluxe edition from them, this time round Black Cat, the kind of Hong Kong sort of version of Nikita, kinda, though it's a little bit more than just a straight Nikita ripoff, does its own thing. Pretty good movie. Comes on February the 28th. This time around not with Kung Fu Bob art, but it is the deluxe package. So you get the book, postcards, hard full slipcase and all that other good stuff. Jumping into March, and March is an even more loaded month. We get a Criterion UK release of Pale Flower, already available in the States. That's coming on 14th of March, but we'll get it here in the UK. And on the 21st of March, sticking with Criterion, and Who's the Boat People's coming out. Then also on the 21st from Third Window Films, we have Funky Forest and Warped Forest. It's a double from Third Window. And same day from Eureka, we get the spectacular The Odd Couple, directed by Lau Ka-wing, maybe Lau Ka-wing's finest ever moment as a director, starring him and Sammo Hung. Absolutely fantastic. Co-starring Beardy, aka Long Kar-yan, and that, like I say, comes on the 21st of March. Absolutely essential, one that is probably the most exciting Eureka release that's in the current lineup for me at the moment. A day later, in the States, we get the first of two Arrow Shaw Brothers titles that are coming out as individual releases through the year. Both of these have been previously available in the UK, thanks to 88 Films, but the Arrow releases look like they have a bunch of different extras on. It's going to be a new restoration, to my understanding. The first of these two is Come Drink With Me, and that's on the 22nd of March. There's a Tony Raines commentary, which makes me very happy. I'm a big Tony Raines fan. Also around the same time from 88 Films, we get another two Shaw Brothers movies. We get Shaolin Mantis and Monkey Kung Fu, both coming on March the 21st, and again, both with Kung Fu Bob cover art, which has been teased out. Both look absolutely fantastic. Very excited for Shaolin Mantis in particular, maybe my favourite David Chang film of them all. And then rounding out the month from, still sticking with 88 Films, we have a Chuck Norris movie, Good Guys Wear Black, coming on the 28th. Worth pointing out though, this is also coming out for our American buddies from Kino Lorber, along along with 2 other Chuck Norris titles. No set dates, but they're also going to be releasing A Force of One and The Octagon. I don't know if they'll also come around the same sort of time, but we'll see. As soon as I know dates, you guys will know dates. Into April, and we get Zoki from Third Window, one I know very little about, but looks pretty intriguing. We get 2 more from Eureka, both on the same day, and both Yuen Biao films. This is looking like being the year of Yuen Biao. We get Dreadnought on the 21st of April and Knockabout on the 21st of April. These coming as standalones, so it's not another double feature like we saw with Prodigal Son and Warriors 2. And looks like, tentatively, we might well be getting full reversible covers on those, which makes me incredibly happy. You can swap around to the original Hong Kong posters, which is something they should have been doing. They did that back on the One-Armed Boxer, and they haven't really consistently done it since. I really do hope that that was just a wee temporary glitch, and they'll get back to giving us the best of both worlds, really. But the one that I'm most excited about for April, really, is the other Arrow individual release of a Shaw Brothers title. It's 8 Diagram Pole Fighter. I know an awful lot of you are going to grumble and say this is already available on 88. Yes, it is, but that's Region B only. Many of you are in the States and are in Region A, and this looks like it's got a whole bunch of extra features on that make it worth double dipping for. We get a whole new restoration. We also get over 80 minutes worth of interviews, courtesy of the Frederic Ambrosine archives, with Lily Lee, with Gordon Liu, and more. A commentary track by Jonathan Clements, which is always a treat. Jonathan Clements is a rock star when it comes to commentaries. A separate Tony Raines video kind of appreciation of the piece, and also my buddy Terence J. Brady is going to be writing some stuff in the booklet. Terence J. Brady, the author of the fantastic The Chinatown Kid, the biography of Alexander Fu Sheng. So great to kind of see him back doing some more stuff for Arrow and more stuff on their Shaw's related content. Moving into May, and back to 88 films, we get Human Lanterns, the Lo Lei starring kind of horror/martial arts classic, pretty spectacular, and again, glorious Kung Fu Bob cover art for that, which has already been teased. Same month, I believe 88 are also giving us Hero, that's the Corey Yuen version, not the Jet Li Hero, which is a remake of the boxer from Shantung, and we get the long-awaited Half a Loaf of Kung Fu, the Jackie Chan movie that many of you have been clamouring for. You're going to finally get a copy of that in May. No exact dates on those for the month, but that is ones that have come directly from the little teaser image that 88 posted over Christmas time. Getting into June, and getting into, for me, probably going to be the best release of the year, which is the Shawscope Volume 2 box set. This was originally planned, I believe, for the end of the year, but it's been moved way up to June. Maybe we'll get into why in a future video. I can't say for definite. I do have a very strong suspicion, but I can't say just yet. But I think it's because there's another box set coming towards the end of the year. Not a Shaw's one, but certainly of interest if you are a Kung Fu or martial arts movie fan. So Arrow's Shawscope Volume 2 now coming in June, and the booklet has confirmed to us a few of the titles. So we definitely know that My Young Auntie's on there, which is great news. It's maybe the best Caraway, closest to a sort of solo standalone movie, though she also has able support by Sao Ho and by Lau Kar-long himself in that movie. My Young Auntie's an absolute classic, very excited it's on there. And then a whole bunch of Venom Mob movies. We get Invincible Shaolin, Magnificent Ruffians, Kid with the Golden Arm, and 10 Tigers from Kwantung. We also have, if rumours are to be believed, 36 Chamber of Shaolin and Return to the 36 Chamber of Shaolin, both going to be on the box set too, though that, take with a pinch of salt. I haven't had that completely confirmed yet, but it's looking very, very likely. They certainly don't look like they're going to be appearing as standalone releases, so that would suggest they're going to be on the box set. James Flower, the Arrow producer, also tweeted out that there'll be one Chow Yun movie on there. I hope it's Magic Blade. I'm not too sure. I suspect probably, if I was a betting man, I'd say probably Killer Clans or Magic Blade. Between those two, I would hope it'd be the Magic Blade, but who knows. But certainly he's confirmed that there will be one Chow Yun movie on there, and he said it was a belter, so that kind of makes me think of those two. Also in June, from 88 Films, and also sticking with Shaw Brothers, we get Martial Club. Absolutely fantastic. Lau Kar-long's other Wong Fei-hung movie, also starring Gordon Liu. We saw his original one, Challenge of the Masters, is on the Shawscope Volume 1 box set, but it's great that we have Martial Club coming. It's an absolutely fantastic movie, well worth a watch if you've not seen it, and one that I'll absolutely be tracking down. I'm assuming also going to have Kung Fu Bob cover art. Very, very good news indeed. Already looking like a pretty loaded year for Shaw Brothers releases, and we're only just up to June. And then Spectrum Films, my buddies over in France, have a huge list of titles coming out over the year, but we've not really had any confirmation of exact dates. But the ones that are of interest to me, they have The Gallants, they have In the Heat of the Sun, they have The Odd Couple, also coming their own version, which obviously won't have English subs. You're probably better off sticking with the Eureka one if you need English subs, but very nice cover art on it. And then several Shaw Brothers titles. The Lady Assassin, they're also bringing out Corey Yun's Hero. We have Hot Price Honesty, we have Gangmasters, and we also have Secret Service of the Imperial Court. Then Painted Faces, and then Amorous Woman of the Tang Dynasty. Burning Paradise, the Ringo Lam movie, and Lifeline, the kind of Hong Kong firefighters movie, all coming at some point through the year from Spectrum Films. Jumping over to Eureka, they've also teased out images for Hapkido, Shaolin Plot and Running Out of Time. More information on those as it comes to light. And Nova Media were set to release Shaolin Temple, the Jet Li version of Shaolin Temple, not the Chang-Chi Shaolin Temple like we saw on the Shawscope box set. They already put out cover art. In fact, at one stage that was up for pre-order. Then I believe there was some sort of issue with the rights and they had to step back on that slightly. So I'm hoping still at some point we see Nova Media bringing out the first Jet Li Shaolin Temple movie. It is an absolute classic. Guys, that's about it for just now. I think if you've stuck through with this, let me know which ones you're most excited for. If there's any I've missed, as I'm sure there will be, then do please let me know in the comments below. Massive thanks as always to Kevin and to Shanghai Rooster, two really, really good friends to my channel. Kevin in particular is an absolute legend for sending me information as he hears it. But guys, Happy New Year to everybody on the 1st of February. Welcome to the Year of the Tiger. Gung Hoi Fat Choi. I will see you on the next one. Take care.